Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indy. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And if you look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits, that's saying something.
Meanwhile, and look at this. Right away, a loose football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. Touchdown number 15 of the year.
And the Saints get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And leading them out is their 5th-year quarterback.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage. Our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, this defense for the Saints, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just match.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. You know what it is?
And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. The Colts send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Now a 2nd and 10. And here are the key inactives for them in this one. And obviously, Charles, are going to be without some important names this week.
Well, hopefully those guys will be on the sidelines encouraging the guys who are going out there and helping them when they come off the sidelines during the game by giving them some tips on what they see and what they've experienced. That's true teamwork. And if you want to get to the playoffs, if you want to have a big push, you have to have that on your squad.
Here we go.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds.
7-yard gain.
Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Come on. A gain of 7.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Up the middle they go. Everett.
And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
That one taken in by Neighbors.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Saints, first down. First and goal at the 10-yard line.
Let's go now.
Back to throw here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Saints have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Colts, nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Tackle there by Nick Cross. You look at the Saints defense.
And they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the number 1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Let's go.
Now Achane on first and 10.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Second and 10.
Back to throw now on second and 10. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Move, go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's second and 10.
Alert. Reno.
Off play action. Sampson.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Jonas Sanker. And the Saints are going to get it back here just past the 35.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember
This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but The way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse it.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for Indy. 46 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Off the play fake. Sampson.
This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ready, go.
Operating from the gun. Sampson.
That's going to be caught by Judy.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 19.
Colts, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1.
Get it. Let go. Panther 60. Go.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
It's a quarterback sneak. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. Give him 2 on the play there. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another 1st down.
Now this time he'll look to throw.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in coverage. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been at a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they always want to go for it, and I think they've got the right idea right now. The way they moved the ball in this drive, I wouldn't stop that momentum. Go get it.
And he's going to be stopped shy of the end zone.
Resulting play is a turnover on downs.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, New Orleans.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to wind up and air it out. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 53 yards.
60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
That's complete. It's Neighbors.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Now back to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You look at this Colt defense.
There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
Yeah, this has been a good defense, but they're going to have to really prove it in this one because guess what? They're facing the #1 passing offense in the NFL. It's definitely a prove-it day for them.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Looking to put a drive together.
Result of the play is a turnover on down.
Gravity Lions.
Off the bootleg. Sampson. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Sampson. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 21-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
60.
From the gun on 3rd down. Sampson. And he is going to have a Colts first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Check.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Achane gets it from the gun. And he's across the 45. It'll be second down. Here's 2nd and 7.
McCollum on the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw. Sampson. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 36.
And the Colts first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Back to throw. Sampson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw. Sampson throwing right, and that's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Colts first down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Sampson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Brings up 2nd.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Panther 60.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. From 28 yards out. And his kick here is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
So they do come up with their first points of the game, but Charles, the question is going to shift to their defense.
Yeah, the way things have gone, 3 points could become insignificant fast if this grows to 28-3 or 35-3. They need this defense to come up with a stop, and they need to do it now.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Saints offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's done everything he could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
From the contact. It's now 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
They'll drop the throw.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
He'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Arises on to punt here as he gets this one away.
And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3. I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here we go, here we go. Cowboy 80.
In motion goes the tight end. From the gun on 3rd down. Sampson can't get away, and he's taken down. The Colts send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line.
The Saints offense and their wideout getting set to go once more.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Malik Neighbors,
an 80-yard touchdown.
And the Saints are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
And the Colts getting ready to go.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Let's go.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Let's go now.
2nd and 13. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And he's taken down here by the Saints. The Colts send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together.
Come on, set. Ready,
And from the shotgun, he'll throw.
Trying to lay one up deep.
That is incomplete.
Well, whatever they called on defense, they made sure they were ready for the pass on that snap, made the proper adjustments, and helped force an incompletion.
19, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Go.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Boy, took a real chance with that one, but it's incomplete.
Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can click and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
First down. A gain of 9 yards. First down, Saints.
They'll run on first down. Everett. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
44 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
And the Saints, first down.
Complete. This is Mitchell. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And goes for a gain of 31. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. He'll drop to throw. Touchdown! A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Throwing to start the drive. Sampson. And a little floater there is incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB.
A throw off his back foot there. That's going to wind up incomplete.
They have the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
Now we get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. He'll look to throw.
Lets one go downfield for Pierce.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So halftime. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Where the Saints going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Cowboy 80.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
18. That's good for a Saints first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Go.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Going up top. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. Back to throw again. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Saints come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. Throwing to start the drive. Wall. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
T.J. Sanders.
Able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Back to throw. Wall. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Wall. Pressure comes, and down he goes.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
The Colts send out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Hansen.
And this one too low.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. His throw incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
From the gun on third down, Hansen. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is taken at the 18. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Go.
The drive starts with a run from Achane.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Off play action. Wall. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. Here's 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9.
Come on. Set. 70 Timberwolves.
Operating from the gun. Wall.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. So he stopped for no gain. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Saints' 40-yard line.
A run straight ahead with Achane.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll run for it with Achane. And he is going to have a Colts first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
36-yard line.
Let's go now. Go.
Off the play fake. Wall.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
10 at the 22-yard line.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Now he's going to step up and run.
And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
At the 15-yard line.
Ready.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Wall. And that will be incomplete as well.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Let's go.
On 4th down. Wall.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll run. Achane.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want to back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Devon Achane
with career touchdown number 128. He's now tied with Marvin Harrison for number 9 on the all-time list.
And the Colts are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this third quarter.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago.
Throwing to start the drive. Hansen. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to throw. Hansen.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Taken from just outside the 30. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Colts set to take over here offensively. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And that's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. In trouble, and he's taken down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they get it to him again. The Colts send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
18, Rattler, 18, go!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now a run, and a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And some room to run now. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll keep it on the ground. Everett. And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there. Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game. On third down, Everett. He's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there.
No gain on the play. It's
on fourth down, Hansen. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
First down. First and goal, New Orleans.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, second and goal.
5 brings up second and goal.
They'll try again. And this time he scores. Touchdown, New Orleans. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to have a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Nifty move.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
And the Colts coming out now.
And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy. As they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Peters. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
Puts it on the carpet. It's out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Colts send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line.
The Saints offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
The 17-yard line.
Looking to throw. Hansen. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. They go play action here on first down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
He's going to let it go again. It's caught inside the 25. flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
3 yards. First down, New Orleans.
They'll look to throw again. And it's caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And able to get this out to the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Yeah, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Let's go now.
Back to throw. Peters. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here.
I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake, because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now a give right side. Everett showed a good move, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
And it's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Hansen.
He'll try and do this himself.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. And all the way down to the 39. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 50 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Everett.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Let's go, go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Everett.
Well, a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Saints.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Operating from the gun, Hansen.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete. At this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Well, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Well, fans usually love to see